Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the 3 talking points from Fulham 2, Everton 3 today. The Blues back to winning ways after losing their last 3 Premier League games. An important win today at Craven Cottage against a very, very spirited Fulham side. A Fulham side that, made Everton work for everything they've got from the game today. That being said, the Blues' second half display was really, really poor. Carlo Ancelotti, first thing I'm going to talk about was the formation. Carlo Ancelotti made the change. So far in his managerialship, we've seen him play 4-4-2. We've seen him play 4-3-3. And today we went with a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2, whichever variation you're more comfortable with. Brought in, we had a back three of Ben Godfrey, Yerry Mina, Michael Keane. I think the reason why Keane and Mina were in there was to cope with the threat of Alexander Mitrovic, but he didn't come on till, the second half, an hour gone of the game or whatever. But he went with a back three, and then Alex Iwobi and Luca Dean as the wing backs with Alan, Doucoure and James, and then Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin up front. And it's a formation I think Everton can play. And I think while we're conceding so many goals, and we've let 2 in today playing this, so, some people might be saying, well, yeah, but it's still happened. But I just think with the players we've got, we tried a midfield 3 with the likes of Sigurdsson in there and Andre Gomes. It hasn't quite worked. But I feel as though the first half showed if Everton can get it right, the real advantages of it and where we're dangerous. The second half showed that if you don't get it right and you drop deep, then you can't have James Rodriguez in the midfield with Alan and Doucoure. You need another one who can get in and break the play up. And you also need Richarlison then closer to Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And it's imperative that when you're playing it, your wing-backs offer you the width. They did it in the first half. They didn't do it anywhere near the same level in the second half. And I'm not sure whether that was a conscious thing that the managers changed slightly the attacking outlet for the second half, or whether the players have just naturally dropped into a 5. But I just feel as though that formation that Everton played today can be successful for us. But obviously it's something that it has to be flexible as well. You have to be able to make the changes if need be. But it's good that the managers tried something different. Listen, we've won the game, so we might say that we played something different and it's worked. We've got the 3 points and we'll go on to Leeds next week, and Leeds play 3 at the back, so we might match them up or whatever. But I just thought it was interesting that he's played it today. Personally, I just wonder whether it might be a better formation if it's one of Michael Keane or Yerry Mina, and then you've got Mason Holgate and Ben Godfrey either side who've got the legs to recover, also who can distribute the ball a little bit better. So I just wonder if that would be a better fit for a back 3. And also a lot of people saying, maybe Olsen is a better fit than Pickford at the moment. Who knows? But it was just interesting the fact that we did change the formation today, and it's good to see that flexibility. Didn't really work second half, and we'd have to look at that, but I just thought it was interesting from the game. One of the players you mentioned there, Alexander Iwobi, played at right wing back today, and I thought he did very well. I thought particularly the first half, his attacking play was excellent. Put 3 or 4 fantastic crosses in. It was a real threat down that right-hand side for us. Done brilliantly for the second goal, ghosting past 3 players as if they weren't there. Carried the ball. Even in the second half, when he wasn't as effective, at times he got us up the pitch by just travelling with the ball. He's comfortable on the ball. And I just thought he did really well for us today. And a lot of people, don't like him, don't think he's good enough, whatever. That's fine. But I feel as though there's times you have to praise when someone deserves it. And I thought he did really well today. And maybe, just maybe, if Everton are going to stick with this kind of formation, maybe he's the best one at the moment to play that role. Seamus Coleman could quite easily play it as well. But it's good that Iwobi's played there and has had a good game. And he certainly showed the good points of his game, travelling with the ball, that he can be effective. So I thought he did really well today at right wing back. And finally, I'm going to finish with Richarlison, who was back in the Everton side today after missing the last 3 games, and it's felt ages since he's played for us. And obviously the manager took him off with what 20 minutes to go, was it 15 minutes to go? He wasn't best pleased, but he's been away to Brazil, travelled, he's played 2 games there, and he's travelled, all the travelling, come back. But I thought he was brilliant today, particularly again the first half. He was a real threat. Second half, not so much. We didn't really get him into the game, but he showed in the opening 40 odd seconds the difference in him and the people who've had the shirt over on that left hand side. The ball come to him and he drove at the Fulham defence, cut it back, and we're winning 1-0. And he does that brilliantly. You know, he done it 2 or 3 times today. You know, he could have had a couple of goals on another day. He miskicked one that was cut back to him in the first half. I think it was Luca Dean cut it back to him, would have made it 4-1. He totally miskicked it. He had another one at the start of the second half that he didn't connect cleanly with, but he's a real threat. He's forced a save out of Areola, and he just links the play so well. He works so hard defensively. He's just absolutely brilliant, and he's developing all the time. And what it does is, it gives you that real, you look at it and go, how do we replace him? If he moves on, how do we replace him? Or if he's not in the team, how do we put that same type of player into the side? Because we've seen today that when he's in the team and we're attacking, we're a totally different side. We look like we've got goals in us everywhere, and yet when he hasn't been there, we've looked struggling for ideas, or struggling for that little bit of magic, like he proved in the opening 40 odd seconds. So, you know, it's fantastic to have him back, and you know, he will be key for us going forward. There's no doubt about it. But it is also something that the manager and Marcel Brands, while he's still here, if you believe other reports, needs to look at who can we bring in, who can be almost a like for Richarlison, who can give us that when he isn't there, or if we need to move him around, because it is night and day when he's in the team and when he isn't in the team. There are attacking options. But there you go. They're my 3 talking points from Everton's perspective. If any Fulham fans have been watching this, just from an Everton perspective, we've won the game 3-2 today. Delighted that we've won the game, not so much with the performance. That's for another day maybe, but Everton have won the game today 3-2. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and if you want more videos, join us on Patreon. Otherwise, have the rest of your weekend. Enjoy it. See you later.